We all want to get filthy rich from dropshipping, but did you know that there's certain mistakes that could not only ruin your business, but potentially ruin your life as well? Well, I wanted to make a super practical video going over what these mistakes are and how you can remove some of that liability so you're set up for success and confident when you go to run your dropshipping business. Now, first off, make sure to hit that first link in the description because I'm giving away 90 days of Shopify to everyone who uses the link. This is the best deal I've seen yet. And if you put in the comments done after you signed up, then you'll be eligible to win my course as well. Now, with that being said, let's get into mistake number 1, copying text, videos, and images. Intellectual theft is what encapsulates this entire issue that I see all these beginners making. So what is intellectual theft? It sounds like a big word, but it's super simple, and I'm gonna be giving you the guidelines so you can make sure that you're not making any of these mistakes. Now, first off, in the most simple words, this means robbing someone of product photos, copying people's website text, or plain out stealing videos from TikTok or Instagram. Now, if you use these without the creator's permission, then unfortunately, this is what we call copyright infringement. Copyright infringement can be very expensive if one of these companies comes at you, so here's some tips to make sure you avoid that completely. Number 1, when you're adding product photos and videos to your store, make sure you're only sourcing those images and videos from the AliExpress supplier. And if you want to be even more careful, make sure you message that AliExpress supplier and make sure they were the creators of the photos and you get permission. That way you'll completely avoid this world of potential copyright infringement. Now, as for when you're creating your website, make sure that you're not taking any text or any wording from other websites. I know it can be very tempting when you see a competitor with a very good website, you want to copy some of their work. But guys, trust me, don't do that. You do not want to go down this rabbit hole that not only could cost you tons of money, but literally ruin your life. So let's stay clean and white hat during our dropshipping store, and it's gonna actually help us make a lot more money over the long run. Number 2. So you found a great product online, went to advertise it, started getting tons of orders, but when you went to fulfill those orders, you realized that the shipping time is over 40 days. Now, this is a story that I hear all too often from dropshippers who are unprepared when they're starting to sell their product out. So I'm gonna give you a few different tips so you can verify your shipping time before you go out and start advertising or promoting products, because the worst thing that you could do is start getting sales and not be able to manage that commitment. So number 1, what you're gonna wanna do when you are shipping items directly from AliExpress, make sure you go to the drop down on the AliExpress product page. It will be right here, and you can actually toggle between different countries. Make sure you're toggling between all of the countries that you're wanting to sell to. So check United States, check United Kingdom, and watch how this price actually differs. You wanna make sure you understand your true cost for all countries that you're selling to, and once you do this, then you'll be really prepared to start selling your product and not end up in this really harmful situation that I see way too many beginners in. Now, another tip to avoid this long shipping delay for some of your customers is to order your item from the supplier. So if you're actually getting real data and ordering that product from your supplier, you're able to see the product and the product quality, and this will actually tie back into mistake number 1 with copy infringement, because once you have the product, you're going to be able to shoot your own product photos and videos, and this is going to be vital on your journey to success with your dropshipping business. Now, mistake number 3, which is knowing your true net profit. Now, this comes down to reliable bookkeeping, and I'm going to be talking about why this is so important when you're running your dropshipping store. Ask any dropshipper how much true profit they made that singular day, and most of them won't be able to tell you the number because they don't have accurate bookkeeping. And if you don't have your finances properly organized, you're not going to be able to take the right actions in order to scale your business. Now, let me tell you a story. I worked with this guy Warren a few years back. I'm not going to tell you his last name, but let's just say he ran Facebook ads for about 4 months and didn't calculate his net profit. Now, believe it or not, but altogether he ended up losing over $50,000 advertising his product, and I truly believe this is because he did not know his net profit and he got very emotionally invested into this brand. Now, I know you're not going to make that same mistake mistake because it starts with knowing your accurate numbers. And here's a few different ways that you can manage those finances so you'll be on track for Uber organization. So number one, you can go on the Shopify app store and you can look for profit calculation apps. There's tons of good apps that will do this where you can integrate all of your ad platforms like Google, Facebook, TikTok ads, and it will auto sync those numbers every single day, and you can actually populate your product and your shipping costs, and this will give you a really good estimate of your net profit. Now, of course, there is a few expenses that you're not going to be able to add within this platform, so if you want an even higher level of accuracy, I recommend using a tool like QuickBooks Online where you can integrate all of your incoming transactions and all of your outgoing transactions into one singular center where you're able to spit out a true net profit every single day. Now, I know what you're thinking. Maybe you're not making profit right now, but it's truly important to have some of these concepts in your brain so when you do start making profit, you're proactive. And one of the worst things that could happen is your business starts to do really well, you don't focus on bookkeeping at all, and then you get to the end of the year and you have to file your taxes. Which brings us into mistake number 4, which is of course taxes. Now, taxes can be a very confusing topic for a lot of dropshippers, and I am not a tax professional, so any advice that I'm giving you is from my personal experience, but I'm going to be telling you some ways to set up your taxes, to be proactive, and to make sure you're taking the right actions so you don't end up at the end of the year with a fat tax bill from the IRS and having them come after you. Now, believe it or not, but I know multiple dropshippers who are being chased down by the IRS, and a lot of people think because this is an internet company that there's not going to be any repercussions, but it's very easy for these tax liabilities to catch up on you. So here are a few tips to make sure your dropshipping store is set up for taxes correctly. Number 1, figure out the tax law in your country. It's different for every single country, but usually this process starts with you getting a unique identification number for taxes. This is where all the income that you're going to be generating is going to be reported, and it's very important that you're putting this number in your merchant accounts so when you get to the end of the year that these merchants will be able to send you the right paperwork so you can file under that identification number. Now, one thing that you need to be extremely careful with is when you start making profit, make sure that you're holding onto a significant portion of that profit. I see way too many people start making money online and they think all that money is available for them to spend, but they haven't calculated the liability of taxes that they're gonna owe at the end of the year, and this could get you into a very sticky situation. If you think you made $100,000 profit, you spend all that $100,000 and then you realize the government wants $40,000 from you. So make sure you are not that guy. And also another tip that's gonna go on to this is bookkeeping from mistake number 3. Make sure your books are super clean and super clear. This is gonna help you make deductions for your company if your country allows that. And deductions will help you bring your net profit down and allow you to keep more profit in your pocket. So it's really important that once you start to make sales that you speak to a tax professional about the best way to form your company, because the worst possible mistake is to ignore this and have the IRS come after you, face liability from the taxes, and overall just go down a very tedious process that's going to cause you time and headaches. Now, with that being said, let's get into mistake number 5, which I think is arguably one of the biggest issues for beginners when they're getting into dropshipping, which is a support system and a team that's actually able to help you. Most people jump into this blindly, and I think it's really laughable at the end of the day. When you try to learn a new skill, what's the fastest way to get to success? It's by hiring a coach. It's by getting someone on your team who is already went through that struggle and figured it out, and you're actually able to learn faster by by taking their knowledge and implementing it and having a fast feedback loop. So I think a lot of people get an ego when they're starting a business and they don't want to pay for any courses or education because they see all these awesome free valuable YouTube videos. And let me tell you, it's really important to dive into as much free content as possible, but I truly think one of the biggest ROIs that you can have on yourself is through investing in yourself. And one of the biggest moments of growth for me in my entrepreneur journey was seeking out professional help and paying to get in different circles of influence. One of the first business events I went back to in 2018, I ended up meeting some of my best friends still to this day, and we've all went on to become multi-millionaires together through the circle that we've created. So I really think it's really important and vital to be investing in yourself, and that can be through a few different methods. You can join e-commerce masterminds, you can join coaching programs, you can take different courses to help you get to that next level. Now, of course, there's a lot of BS courses and coaching programs out there, but make sure you're choosing someone that just has real results, because education is one of the most valuable parts of this whole experience. Now, I definitely didn't make this portion to plug my mentorship program, but I truly believe we have the best coaching program out there in this market, and we help you do absolutely everything to get to that 6 and 7 figure mark. So if you guys want to join, you can apply, but I really just think this concept overall in general is going to help you get to that next level, because once you get stagnant in your life and you think you know everything, it's when progress slows down. And I really think to keep that momentum, it's important to be surrounding yourself around new people, new ideas, new concepts, and really be hungry for that growth. So by investing in yourself, you're gonna always make sure you're ahead of the curve. And when you stop investing in yourself, that's when momentum seems to halt. So I'm just giving you guys my personal feedback with this one. But overall, I think I gave you guys 5 really solid tips that will help you on your journey to success with your dropshipping business. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to smash that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.